only North Korean leader, really to be educated in a Western system. Right? Spent part of his schooling in Switzerland, where he apparently had an affinity for pizza and basketball, right? NBA basketball, which we found out later, and was just, you know, like your average normal kid, average normal high school kid who was taking classes on constitutional democracies of Europe, even apparently took a class on the presidential elections of the United States. So there was a lot of hope that there would be change, that we'd see change. This young fellow given an opportunity, an enlightened leader, if you will, that would come in and try to change the system in North Korea using the fact that he is, you know, the son of the Kim family and the next leader of the country, arguably for another 40 to 50 years. But instead what we saw was a series of very provocative actions by this new North Korean leadership that really probably peaked in March, April of this past year, when there were daily televised threats to rain missiles, nuclear missiles on the United States, to declare the Korean War armistice null and void, to declare and put in their constitution that North Korea was now a nuclear weapon state and had no intention to give up their nuclear weapons, and to do a long-range missile test in December of 2012, in which they put a payload vehicle into orbit, and to do their third nuclear test on the eve of President Obama's State of the Union speech for his second term in office. So very provocative things. And so I guess in a sense one could argue that that is not unusual because we expect that sort of behavior from North Korea. But perhaps, you know, given all of the speculation early on that there would be other sorts of changes, reform in North Korea, perhaps the biggest disappointment in the 18 months of leadership in North Korea, perhaps the biggest disappointment is that there has not been a single sign or evidence of any serious effort at economic reform. But this leadership has been in place for 18 months, and sure, it needs some time to consolidate its position. They purged a bunch of generals. You know, he took his requisite photographs doing things that his grandfather did and his father did, all this sort of stuff. But still, after 18 months, not really one serious sign or evidence of any effort at economic reform. And so the question is, why is this the case? Right? And I think it's not